Country music, front porch confessional, just a man, a melody, and the truth he couldn't keep quiet. It's not about fame, it's about heartbreak, hard work, and holding on. Meet Nate Barnes, a man who picked up that tradition, not in a studio, but in a power plant, where he worked with his hands, but carried the truth in his heart. And one song finally let that truth out. One song, one shot, and everything changed. Now that journey continues with his latest album, Holding You. Because when country calls, you don't just listen, you follow. My name is Cliff Duvenois, and we are Total Michigan.
Well, my whole life I had country music in my life. Blues, I grew up blues, a lot of blues, Motown, all sorts of music. I got exposed to so much music. Country, to be honest, and it never really hit me until I was an adult. Until I was 21 years old is when I knew I wanted to do country music. I knew, without a doubt, I had to be a part of country music. Prior to that, I was in rock bands, death metal bands, blues bands, everything you can think of, punk bands. As a drummer.
Oh wow, okay.
As a drummer for my whole life, something kept leading me to keep writing music on the side and doing this other thing. And when I was 21, it was like I found it. It was like I've been missing. This is what I've been missing my whole life.
Right.
This is who I really am.
Most folks run after a dream with empty hands. But Nate, he stopped long enough to build something first.
I had a buddy that told me, I know you want to go live your dream, and that's important. You have to do that. But you need to learn how to make a living first. He says, if you don't know how to do that, and you need to not only make a living, you need to be the best at what you do, making a living, and give everything you got. And where you're so valuable, if you leave, it's not a good thing. Learn how to do that and make a big life in that first. And of course, be working on your dream, but until you really go. For over a decade, I worked in nuclear power plants. And nuclear power plants, coal plants. I did so many different crazy, amazing jobs. And then I ended up working at the Palisades nuclear power plant here in Covert. I loved working at that power plant so much. It taught me so much. I got to do so much. It gave me a really great life. Outside, I would be gigging too. I'd be hustling, gigging, doing everything I could.
Yes. Steel-toed boots, hot coffee at dawn. The kind of peace that comes from routine. But just when Nate thought he had found his life, God showed up.
Just getting out of a relationship. At that time, I saw my whole life. I knew what my whole life was going to be. And I didn't think music was going to be a part of that. It was going to be a power plant, family, this. And I was very committed to that. I was like, this is where God has me. This is what's supposed to be. I'm going to do that. So I was sitting in this chair and I was like, well, God, I did what you asked me. And I was like, what do you want me to do now? I swear to God, I heard this voice deep inside me. It was like, Nate, you can't run anymore. I called you to do this. You're the one that's been running. And it was like, you can't hide anymore. It's time. And I was like, I was running from it. I did not all the way do it.
Right.
And I was like, okay. Literally from that day on, every single day, people that I didn't talk to for 10 years would call me, Nate, I'm thinking about you. You need to go call this person. All these doors would open, and every day, and it wouldn't stop, and it kept getting crazier and crazier to all the way to a record deal in Nashville.
Come here, girl, give me a kiss. Let me have a shot at this and tell you what that mirror missed, so you don't have to think that you ain't pretty.
Yeah, that was my first ever single to radio. We got to top 40 on the Billboard country charts, coming from just leaving a power plant. You know, the writers, Jason Sellers and Jimmy Yeary, big name writers on there. You know, we just want to write a positive song for women. It just really changed my life forever.
With the success of his single, it was time for Nate to get to work on his first album.
And it was during a time of my life that I was searching a deeper meaning of God in my life, deeper meaning of like who I am as a man and what I really want out of life. And then he reintroduced country music, and it was like, where prior to that I was running from the truth. And then when I got to that age, I was seeking it.
Yeah.
And then country music is like, all it does is tell the truth. I had trouble with connecting with country music before because I didn't want to feel those. I didn't want to feel that because I didn't want to go there yet. I wasn't ready. And then, so that's when country music came into my life for real. And writing music, you know, taking the time to really, do I really believe this? Do I really believe this?
Oh, that's cool.
And if I don't really believe this, how the hell is somebody else going to believe it?
Yes.
So that's where I start with, and because of the line of work I used to do, that you had to be 100% in, you know, or you can get yourself in trouble, hurt, or somebody else hurt or possibly killed if you ain't in all the way. That's how I look at that. And so, yeah, I mean, I got to believe it. I got to feel it. You know, and that's what I want. I want people to feel something real.
Every song starts with a story. For Holding You, I just had to know, what is the story behind that?
I wrote that with buddy Jason Massey and Sarah Hayes. And at that time, I kept having these weird dreams of my granddad's hands. You could tell a lot about a person by looking at their hands,
yes.
You know? They tell a lot of stories about who they are. Anyway, so we're sitting there and we're just like, I really want to share that story about my granddad's hands. And then we're like, you know what? Let's do something better. Let's talk about a man can fix anything in the world, but he can't fix this broken relationship.
I could change a busted tire and I could play the soul guitar. I could build a black 40 fire. Know my way around you in the dark. Girl, there ain't much that these two hands can do. So tell me, why ain't they still holding you?
It's one of my favorite songs I ever wrote, and in my whole life, in the production, everything. It's turned out everything I could ever imagine, and I'm really proud of this song, and I can't wait to see how people are gonna love it. Go anywhere online. Check out my website, my Instagram, Nate Barnes Music, and TikTok, Facebook, and then anywhere that you stream music, check out Nate Barnes Music. And yeah, my album Holding You is out, and I've been working for 2.5 years on this album, so it's a big deal. Big deal for me, and I hope you guys love it.
Nate Barnes went from the power plant to standing behind a microphone, telling his truth one song at a time. He sings to connect, to reach the ones who work hard every single day, to let them know that he knows their story because he's lived it. Their story is also his story, a story he's now sharing with the world. My name is Cliff Dubenois, and we are Total Michigan.